the Swans!
Go the D's!
Go the Tigers!
If we were to walk out tomorrow, there would not be a game.
I think the integrity of the game is always the most important thing, so...
Stop changing the rules.
Bailey's looking like a genius.
I think it's just rubbish.
We're innocent.
Demetrio, fix it up.
He's getting a bit ahead of himself, I think.
We're all behind Vossi.
If I had the chance to kill him, I'll kill him!
Footy is the winner.
Roos will love this. Roos will love it.
Now, have you got a pancake or not?
Good evening and welcome to Footy Talk Back, the only footy show about the fans, for the fans. Hoozle, what a surprise it is raining again at Etihad.
Very disappointing. Feathers, roof on or off?
I'm going to say on is a likely option.
Let's hope so. Fans, speeding kangaroos, mirage on the horizon. And whilst the marsupial variety may well be looking for greener pastures, the reoccurring disappearance of the AFL kangaroos remains a mystery, Feathers. Mark Robinson has suggested that they have actually lost their identity and that the shinboner spirit is dead.
Well, did he, Hoos? I mean, I do find that strange because I believe Brad Scott buried the shinboner tag when he arrived at Arden Street back in 2010. Though, you know, North have dropped 4 30-point leads this year. I mean, something ain't right, is it, Hoos? I mean, who are their leaders?
Well, it's very, very hard to tell, Feathers. Let's see, Lockie Hansen, he's playing down the back line now. As for Drew Petrie, he never leaves the goal square.
No, Hoos, no, not who are their forward options. Who are the team's leaders? Who is leading? Look, anyway, I mean, North's fade-outs have got the fans going crazy and searching for answers.
I know, they played like pussies, they really did, so there you go.
Played like pussies, Feathers. Maybe they were playing with pussies.
Oh, Hoos, can you not be so crude?
No, I mean like the furry, not the furry ones, the ones with 4 legs.
Stop! Just stop.
Chase
Just
mice
stop. We're trying to introduce a show. Let's move on.
People used to call us the shin boners. Yeah, they used to call us the blue collar team. Had to fight to survive down at Arden Street when Glenn Archer was running all over our screens. Mark Robinson's running about us, baby. Saying the shin's bonus spirit is now dead. And something else about having a drinking problem, I don't know. But when Chris Scott gets the paper, he's gonna go off his head. We gotta focus, we're not the shin bonus, now we are just downright chokers. Blow 6-goal leads at 3/4 time. Brent Harvey thinks that he's dreaming. To check if he's awake, he gives himself a pinch-in. And he copped a $900 fine. And I think he picked himself about 300 times. It's a bit harsh, I think, but 300 times. He's going to get little bruises all over his body, but the 300 times. Now we can say that, you know, Crowley can't complain 300 times.
Against you, making contact with an umpire. That's a reportable offence.
What's your opinion of the fade-outs this year?
That's a hard question, man.
We ask the hard questions at Footy Talk Back.
I look at it this way. Sometimes we've been there.
Yep.
Sometimes we haven't. It's just like, I don't know, the game plan changed.
Yep.
It's like someone just turned the tap and it went from one full-on press to full-on everything, and it just went to something else.
So it sounds like you're worried about the coaching box.
No. Not the coaching box.
So the coach or the players, these fade-outs, why do they keep happening?
I don't know. I think there's a game plan set there.
Yeah.
And then when the other team changes their game plan, North can't adapt to that game plan that's been...
Oh. So you need plan B?
Yeah, basically.
Right. Unreal. Well, listen, thanks for your time.
No
you were great too.
There's no plan B, it's just going to be Carlton throughout the whole night.
Do you listen to Mark Robinson much?
I need to have a laugh.
Yeah, I can't see how we lost your identity. Like,
times change, things change. It's like the shin bone, the spirit. Like that might have been all right in the days where you had Ron Barassi breathing fire and brimstone out there and all that sort of. But things change and the game's changed.
The cockroach wanted to sort of dispel it when he arrived in 2010.
Well,
he said, "Well, it's a thing of the past."
Yeah. Well, he probably didn't want to make his own brand on the club at the time.
Why wouldn't you?
Well, he's employed to do a job, isn't he?
What did you think of Mark Robinson's opinion that you've lost your identity?
It was a bit tough. We don't mean to lose games when we go ahead by 6 or 7 goals. So, yeah, a bit tough, but hopefully it'll spur us on today.
It just might do that.
Yeah.
Why do you reckon you've been fading out in the past? Typical Carl.
Just maybe the old cliche, young team, tactics. Yeah.
Anything to do with the coach, you reckon? Or?
I think he's a good coach. Like, he speaks pretty well. Personally, I'd like to see maybe Harper and Matt Jack Dora in the team, but that's only my opinion. I don't pick the side.
You play your players. Your players play for you. Yes or no? And you cannot support anybody else within yourself. You have the ticker in your heart to play for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes I kick away, kick towards you.
Yeah.
You come with it. Bad luck. North Melbourne hasn't lost for 10 goals, 15 goals. Yes or no?
That's correct.
Yes or no? On camera here. Yes or no?
No.
There you go. Carlton's lost for 41 points against Collingwood. Before that, Carlton. I'm talking about Carlton now.
Are we? No, I just want to talk about North. Listen, you've been fantastic. Thanks for your time.
Keep it down, thanks. Too much noise. Quiet, please.
Excellent.
Yes!
Fans, here I am for round 1 of Strike with 2 fantastic Blue supporters. I've got Adrian and Thomas. Thomas, how are you feeling, my friend?
Very good, very excited.
Yes, confident about the game?
Very.
Excellent. That is confident tone right there. Adrian, what about you?
I'm good, not that confident.
No?
Just last year.
Should be a close one tonight.
Maybe not. Not compared to last year.
Well, maybe not, but guys, you're here for Strike and that's the important thing. Please test your buzzers.
Whoa!
Good.
Deliberate.
Okay, could be a bit more passionate, but that's all right. I know you're going to bring it for the question now. Okay, guys, here is your question. Which Carlton player is averaging more clangers per game? Eddie Betts or Jeff Garlick?
Whoa.
Yes, Adrian.
Eddie Betts.
Incorrect! Thomas, you have a chance to win this.
Jeffrey Garlett.
Yes! Thomas, how did you know? That was crazy.
It was a good guess.
Strike and you were out. That is disappointing, Adrian. But look, well done, my friend. I mean, how are you feeling? Are you excited?
I was. Won by default, but I'll take it.
Yeah, you'll take it however you can get it.
Anyway,
you're going to the grand final. That's what's exciting about this.
We are, definitely.
Okay, fantastic, fans. We'll be back after the break.
Against you, there's robbery in progress. She's stealing your stuff out of your bag. Oh, do you know this person? Oh, that's all right then. Play on.
You are watching Footy Talk Back. Go the Kangas!
Pancakes? Ice cream. Oh, strawberries.
Lovely.
The Pancake Parlour. Breakfast till 5 p.m. weekends.
Go Roos!
Fans, welcome back to Footy Talk Back. And kids, why don't you go and ask Dad what it used to be like where you could sit wherever you wanted to at the footy? Those days are long gone, aren't they, William?
They certainly are, Feathers.
And William, it's good to see you in those spectacles. Aren't you looking sophisticated tonight?
Well, Feathers, it's good to see you at long last.
Yes, I'm sure you can see me clearly at long last. So now, please, give us the latest on the biggest AFL scandal in history.
Are you talking about where we're allowed to sit or the Essendon Persian rugs scandal?
Clearly the latter.
I think you probably got that one the wrong way around. But anyway, look, fans, during the week, Caro let us know that not only was James Hird the architect of the Essendon pharmaceutical regime, but also that way back in 2011, would you believe, that Asada got in contact with the AFL and letting them know about James Hird's inquiries, which led the AFL to send their chief investigator, Brett Clothier, around to caution Hird against taking such a course of action.
So OMG, are you actually telling me the AFL were aware that the Bombers were considering a pharmaceutical program back in 2011?
Well, exactly. I mean, well, that's what Caro's telling us. I mean, of course, the Bombers would have us believe that she is factually incorrect.
Yeah, well, of course they do, and I wouldn't be surprised if the AFL were also questioning the accuracy of Caro's report. I mean, surely they do not want the public being aware of the potential peptide proliferation prior to its perpetuation.
You would have thought, wouldn't you? I mean, I'll tell you what is interesting though. Let's go and find out what some of the neutral fans think.
Neutral.
Who do you believe? Herd or Caro?
Caro.
Herd. Herd.
Probably Hurdy.
Herd.
Herd.
Definitely not Caro.
Neither of them.
Herd.
Caro.
Herd. Caro's got no idea. Sorry. Herd.
Caro.
Herd. Herd.
Herd. Herd. I'd have to say Caro. I'm a Richmond supporter.
Go Tigers!
Go Tigers!
What about you?
Herd, because
Just cause it's different to her.
You can't take that in the ground, inside, because it's pointy. You might poke someone. Eh? You wouldn't want to get a poke on a Friday night, that would be terrible.
Carolyn Wilson, she has got no frigging idea. Absolutely no idea whatsoever. James Herd clearly needs his right of freedom of speech. Carolyn Wilson, if there's an Essendon supporter in the world that thinks she deserves to live, they are absolutely kidding themselves. There is no reason why she should be able to go under the cover of like an opinion piece and say James Herd is a dickhead or he shouldn't have done this or he shouldn't have done that. In my opinion, it's an opinion piece here, Carolyn Wilson is an absolute fool. She's always barracked for the Tigers. She's got a thing against Essendon. She's had it all her life. It was a birth defect, clearly. The bottom line at the end of the day is Jimmy is an absolute god. You could say, I've got a birth defect. He has come out from day one and said all of the right things, placated all the people, supported his players, supported everybody. Who has she really supported? She hasn't supported football. She hasn't supported Essendon. She hasn't supported the concept of AFL football. She has absolutely got no idea. She should be sacked immediately. On the show, which Footy Classified, I've followed footy for 50 years, it's clear she needs something up to lift her profile to get her some credibility. I believe she's doing it through having a crack at Essendon. And I believe that it's time, like Sam Newman would, you've got to be controversial. I understand that's her role in the media to provoke people into thinking things, but to have a go at somebody like she had a go at James Herd and to defame him, if that's the words everyone's going to use in the future, when Essendon ends up owning Telstra Dome, because there's an underhand deal done between Essendon and somebody to say that we won't sue Carolyn Wilson, we won't sue the paper, we won't sue the AFL for all the things that have gone wrong, and defaming of the Essendon Football Club, when we end up owning this joint, no one actually bloody knows it, it'll be thanks to Carolyn Wilson.
Caro was suggesting that the AFL's known about this since 2011.
Yeah.
If that was so, what would your thoughts be?
That's not good enough at all. Why haven't we heard about it sooner?
What do you think they should do?
Oh, look, I wouldn't have a clue. I'm not the best person to ask about that, sorry.
I think you are. Because it's all about the fans in the end. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Do you think, would you still have faith in the game?
Look, yeah, it's everyone's favourite sport, so we're going to watch it no matter what, but it's a little disappointing, I suppose.
I think the AFL have done a pretty good job over the years. Look at the game now. The game's really flourishing, really. It's this is a bad blight on it, I suppose, but it'll get over it. It's probably been around a long time, the drugs, but yeah. They should have probably done something a bit earlier, but I think they're getting on top of it now.
How do you think they should respond?
Oh, decisively, get it over and done with. You know, the penalties are there; they should be imposing them.
So you think they should follow the letter of the WADA law?
Oh, I think so. Well, they've signed on with it, haven't they? So they should.
Who would you trust more, Caroline Wilson or James Herd?
I'm a Carlton supporter, so I hate Essendon. But I would trust James Herd more.
Why's that?
I don't know, he's got more credibility.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Don't trust the journalist?
No, not at all.
If she knew it back then, why didn't she say something?
What about if the AFL knew about it back then? Because that's what she's suggesting.
Good question.
2 years is a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, true. But then it's money, isn't it? That's what it's all about, mate. At the end of the day, it all comes down to money.
Is that yours? Against you, littering.
More to you, mate.
Oh, that was the one you had beforehand, wasn't it? And then you flicked it as well. That's littering, that's 2 charges. And swearing at an umpire. I'm going to have to report you. Yeah, what number you got here?
Boring. Demetrio is on 360.
What do you say?
Nothing.
What they asking?
Everything.
Everything?
Everything.
Sounds boring.
It was.
They asked him if he was embarrassed to be in charge of the biggest scandal in AFL, if not Australian sporting history.
No.
Idiots.
Idiots.
That's what I said.
Idiots.
Doesn't have to be like that, Feathers.
Just because it's raining. Against you. Yeah, you can't smoke here. You gotta smoke inside. Yeah.
Ball! Yes! Fans, we are back for round 2 of Strike, and now I have some very excited North Melbourne supporters on my hands. Look at this guy, Paul, he's excited. And Johnny, my friend, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. Yourself?
Yep, I'm really well. Paul, confident about tonight?
Not really.
Oh, no one I'm talking to is confident tonight. Who's going to win if the fans are behind them? Guys, get excited for your teams. Test your buzzer, Paul.
Paul!
Good.
Deliver it.
Excellent. You're both on the ball now. Okay, guys, here is your question. Which North Melbourne player has been averaging more bounces per game? Is it A, Lockie Hansen, or B, Drew Petrie?
Paul. Lockie Hansen.
Correct, Paul! Your
Roos.
trivia is extreme. Sorry, Johnny, striking you are out, my friend. Paul, that was on the ball. Did you really know the answer to that?
No.
No, you had a guess.
Because Drew Petrie doesn't bounce the ball.
Yeah, well, that's paid off. He's actually had close to Lockie Hansen, believe it or not.
Not that close.
Yeah, well, all that matters is that you're going through to the grand final. Fans, we'll be back after the break.
You are watching Footy Talk Back. Go the Blues.
Pancakes? Ice cream? Oh, strawberries?
Lovely.
The Pancake Parlour. Breakfast till 5 p.m. weekends.
Watching Footy Talk Back. Go Blues! Go Blues!
Fans, welcome back to Footy Talk Back, and stay tuned for your chance to win $100 worth of pancakes to the Pancake Parlour. Petey.
Feathers, fans.
Now, Petey, can you please explain to the fans the advantage rule? Because whilst the AFL claimed the umpires got it right last week during the Dons and Dogs game, nobody knew what the hell was going on.
Well, I can actually, Feathers. It's quite simple, really. When the non-controlling umpire pays a fee that the controlling umpire didn't pay, neither the controlling umpire nor the non-controlling umpire can pay the advantage, even though in this case the controlling umpire didn't pay the advantage. So therefore the doggies went with the advantage paid by the controlling umpire, even though he didn't pay a free kick, but the non-controlling umpire overruled it because he did pay a free kick, therefore correctly ruling that there was no advantage, which I think most of the stadium were aware of there was an advantage, including the controlling umpire.
Oh yeah, most of the stadium, huh? I mean, what happens if this happens again, Pete? For example, in a grand final?
Don't need to be like that, Feathers. I mean, surely you can appreciate that the AFL needs to ensure that the umpires do not look like idiots, even if it does have a bit of a consequence on the game.
But they do look like idiots. It's so annoying.
Well, not always. Do you have one particular rule that annoys you?
Yeah, I guess the slide rule at the moment. I don't really know the intent of it. On the one hand, we're saying the head's the most important part of the body, which it is. Protect the head. And on the other hand, we're disciplining guys who are getting hit in the head
trying to go for the footy. So I think it's created a bit of contention, and it's hard for the umpires to kind of umpire it as well.
Yeah.
They've kind of been going both ways in it. So it's probably the biggest one at the moment.
You think sliding as well?
Yeah, sliding as well, for the exact same reason. You don't know which way it's going to go. Every time they call a free kick, are they going to call it for your team getting a head high, or are they going to call it for the other team taking the legs? So, yeah.
So it's either, what, they protect the legs or the head, or both?
Yeah, that's it. They're doing both at the moment, so it's sort of which one are you waiting to get? Yeah.
I find it annoying too. I find it a hard rule to interpret.
Yeah, and I think it's just come about, we had a couple, some very rare instances over the last few years where players have, as a result of sliding, had broken legs, which is, it's a terrible thing, but it's part of the game. You can't really stop it. I think AFL is trying to stop an issue that happens so rarely, and as a result, they're kind of confusing it for the players and the umpires as well.
When someone is coming back with the flight of the ball and there's front-on contact made by the defender, there's absolutely nothing they can do in that situation apart from go for the ball, and they do, and they get penalised, and that always irks me.
Well, they have to protect themselves, don't they?
Yeah, but I think if you look at a bloke like a Wayne Carey, if he played under the rules of today, he'd have kicked about 2,000 goals.
2,000?
Well, chopping of the arms and grabbing of the jumper and jumping into blokes and things like that. It's designed for the forwards now, which is good because it makes the game more free-flowing and more high-scoring, which was what we want to see. But at the end of the day, you've got to, the defenders have got to be able to do their job too, and it makes it very hard when they can't.
In the back, because you don't know what's in the back and what's not in the back. Sometimes a tackle's a tackle, and sometimes the tackle's in the back. So, and all different umps do different things.
So, do you think that they are a little bit unfair on who are you both for, Carlton?
No. I go for the Roos. I go for the Roos. Yeah. I think they're inconsistent with it. Very, very inconsistent. And I think all the different umps have got all different interpretations of what in the back is.
So the rules need to be much clearer.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think
it's
so.
a popular one in the back.
Yeah. It's quite popular.
Anything else?
Probably ball. Ball. Sometimes ball's not ball, and sometimes ball should be ball.
Ball should be ball.
Yeah, ball should. Yeah.
What do you reckon? Silence. Silence is violence.
Silence is violence. It is.
Yeah. Very good. Not enough cheese on your pizza.
Well, there was, but it all fell off.
Did it?
They call it the grand final, blokes. That's crunch time. That's season defining. I'll tell you what, fans, if you're going to do something that's a little bit naughty, you better make sure you're on the right side of officialdom. I mean, look, let's check this out. That bloke, fair enough, he wasn't the most prettiest person in the world, but that streaker at the NRL final got 5 years. We used to love streakers. We certainly don't seem to anymore. And this other guy, he threw a water bottle at an umpire. I sort of understand how he means, but obviously he's got the brain of a raindrop, and so he gets 2 years banned from the game. Now, let's compare this to Trigg and Tippett breaking salary caps. What did they get? 6 months. The D's, they tanked. Oh, they didn't tank, but they tanked, or God knows what happened. They got a fine. Essendon, breaking all the World Anti-Doping Association rules. What's going to happen to them? God knows, but I'll tell you what, I bet you it's not a 5-year ban like that streaker got. If you're going to break the rules, make sure you're an official, because otherwise, God help you, no one else will.
Ball! Excellent. Yes! Fans, here we are for the grand final of Strike. I have 2 very focused supporters on my hand. Paul from North, Thomas from Carlton. How are you feeling?
Very excited, very excited. Good to be in the final.
I can see you're in the zone over there, Thomas. Paul, what about you?
Yeah, we're pumped.
Yep, you've been very mellow all night. I can tell you're just confident in your skills. Okay, guys, test your buzzers.
Paul!
Yes.
Deliberate.
Good. All right, here we go, guys. Your final question for Strike. Which team is averaging the least free kicks in the league? Is it Carlton or North?
Carlton.
Oh, that is correct! Thomas, he was in quick. I'm so sorry. Striking, you are out. That is sensational. Hey, in some additional trivia, do you know that North is actually averaging the most free kicks in the whole league?
Probably.
Yeah, they are.
They're
doing well. I mean, you're getting all those favours and you're still not doing well. I mean, God, what else do you need?
You're a Collingwood supporter.
I'm not. I'm a Tiger supporter. Go Tigers. Well done tonight, Paul. You've done well.
Against you, impersonating a bank robber.
Have you haven't got a gun, I hope?
Fans, it is now time for our Fan of the Week. And last week, we asked you on the FTB Facebook page, what should be the penalty for an interchange infringement?
FTB rookie Tom McCrane said, electric chair.
You think that's bad? FTB A grader Chris Ode said 3 demerit points and a party pass with Mark Robinson.
You think that's bad? Hogue said no oranges at 3/4 time.
Ugh, Hoax, that is just too heinous. No. This week's winner, fans, is the lovely Steve Hayden, who said, get the opposition supporters to throw hot pies at them. Pretty hilarious, Steve-O. You have won yourself as a consequence $100 worth of pancakes to the Pancake Parlour. And this week's question, William?
What do the Roos need to do to stop choking?
Yes, that is a good one. Now, fans, you jump on the FTB Facebook page for your chance to win $100 worth of pancakes to the Pancake Parlour.
Well, they can stop playing like pussies.
They can play with a ball of string.
Yes, and fake mice, and they can have one of those poles. With the
How to
carpet
get
on
us
it.
out of this, fans, keep talking.
We gotta focus, we're not the shin boners, now we are just downright chokers. Blow 6-goal leads at 3/4 time.